So we are going third time lucky now. I had a power cut. We reconnected, and then the power went before I'd even finished my explanation, I think. So, Nikki, tell us about caveats and getting out of the first world bubble.
Okay, so the point is that you know, um, as you can see, I've I've thought a lot about parsnips. So and also kind of thanks to my experience, we traveled, lived in many places. So I think so. First of all, parsnips would be highly context dependent. So imagine that you're teaching. So as it happens with many teachers, we travel, we teach in different countries, different circumstances. So it will be highly context dependent. So in one country, a topic might not be a parsnip. In another country, it might be. And I think so. It's not the same to be teaching in Saudi Arabia or Tanzania or Switzerland or Morocco, So I think just beware of your environment, as we said, get to know your students, get to know the country and the environment, and you know, um, just see what can be kind of received as possible opportunity to discuss or to, because otherwise, and sometimes there are definitely kind of certain setbacks to certain topics. So, for example, gender violence or child abuse, for example, would be kind of two topics out of a few that you have to be kind of very careful, because imagine you have somebody in the classroom who is going through such a situation. So you don't want to be kind of, one thing is when you're preparing for an exam and you're preparing kind of professionally about these topics, but there's certain topics that I think if you have a person in the classroom who's suffering something in their own home or has suffered something, that might trigger PTSD, whatnot, and you don't want to go there. You don't want to feel make somebody feel like not only because certain topics they can make you feel uncomfortable, but there are certain topics that just if you have been in a situation, a classroom still has to be kind of a safe space where you're learning. Not it's not counseling, and it's not you know psychologist's office. And then common sense, the cure all, that I would say. Um, that's kind of the, no matter what happens, just be aware and use your common sense. Yeah, so better say nothing than say something and in the wrong way.
Definitely. And especially if you're in a diplomatic situation, which could lead to all sorts of problems. Yeah.
Yeah. So silence is silence cannot, nothing will happen if you
Mhm.
pause. Nothing will happen. But if you rush in, many things could happen. So
Well, Nikki, thank you so much for coming and resharing this session. I mean, I enjoyed it as much the second time as I did the first time, apart from all the technical difficulties on
thank
my
you.
end. So huge apologies for that. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and let us know as well how you deal with parsnips in the classroom.
Thank you very much, Teresa. It's always a pleasure. It's you have such a good energy. I love that. Thank you very much.
Even when I have to run around trying to fix the Wi-Fi.
Okay, well, especially. So this is where resilience and diplomacy can be used.